about extension candidates. If you had to pick one, let's take Merrill out of it because I think Merrill's like the obvious answer. But Michael King, let's see. Yeah, King or Arise. Let's do those two. Who would you rather have the extension be for?
By the way, I don't think if you put Merrill in there, he was the obvious answer. I don't.
Are you because you don't want to pay him right now, or
no.
because you're not sold on him?
No, let me let me explain.
Okay.
So 2026 rolls around. You have not locked up Michael King. You're not going to lock up Dylan Cease because his agent is Scott Boras. Joe's coming off Tommy John. Use 40. What's your rotation look like?
True.
You got to lock up Michael King. If you put Jackson in there, to me, I'm still picking Michael King. The difference between Michael King and Jackson Merrill, I get it. If Jackson goes out next year and he has a better season he did this year, you're running the risk of having to pay him potentially $100 million more. I understand that. But if you don't lock up Michael King now, or at least attempt to lock him up, and we know how AJ thinks. He thinks years down the line. He makes trades for the most of his trades that has happened the last couple of years have been guys that have been under control. He loves guys that are under control. The rare times where he doesn't, he tries to go like huge hits. And this year, Tanner Scott, right? But Jason Adams under control. And Brian Hoeing's under control. So he loves to have guys under control for long term. You don't lock up Michael King, you're looking at a rotation in 2026 of a guy coming off Tommy John, a 40-year-old, and a bunch of whatever. Unless like Brito and Vasquez turn into Michael King 2.0 this year. But to me, you have Jackson locked up. He's not going anywhere. Jackson is with the team for the foreseeable future. Does his price tag potentially go up? It does, but that's the business. And honestly, you kind of hope that it does if you don't sign him, because that means he has a good season. If Michael King has another good year, like he did this past year, being a top of the rotation guy, you can kiss him goodbye. I mean, you got to make sure that you get this guy under contract for the long term. Now that's going to be easier said than done, because he is a guy right now that I would put into the category of like $100 million pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
I would comp him to like a Kevin Gausman type of guy, who Kevin Gausman didn't start, he didn't fully bloom until around age 30 with the Giants. And then he got a 5-year, $111 million deal from the Toronto Blue Jays. And Michael King's kind of in the same situation, same age, blossom at the same time, really good pitcher. Like, I'm looking at like around $100 to $120 million deal for Michael King. And if Michael King goes out there and puts together, the same type of season he did this past year, next year, that number's going up. So pitching is always first priority, in my opinion. And while Jackson is absolutely a priority to get a deal done, the pecking order to me is Michael King 1, Jackson 2. And if it's flipped, and if they happen to give Merrill a contract first, I'm cool with it. That's great. Love it. But also, just you better get a deal done with Michael King, because if you don't, you're running the risk of 2026 rolling around and it's like, what is this?
Yeah, that's a smart gym take. Wow, everybody, a smart gym take. Round of applause.
Wow, I get a round of applause there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah. When you say it like that, and it's kind of like the Niebla Schultz situation, right? Where with Schultz, yeah, you want the extension. With Niebla, though, I mean, he's the one that's up right now. So, end of November here or end of October here, yeah, it's up. You need to get it done. So I'm thinking it's gonna get it done. Yeah.
They'll get it done.
But yeah, no, I totally agree with Michael King. Yeah. Because it's someone that stays healthy. I know it's 1 year, but he showed the ability to stay healthy. It seems like he takes care of his body and all the work that he needs to do. It seems like he really loves it here too. So yeah, for sure. And yeah, you're right. Jackson Merrill, he is here. So yeah, we want that extension, but we need Michael King here. You want that complete team, and Merrill's not going anywhere right now.